Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Tune in English, your daily space to build real listening and speaking confidence. I'm Anna.
And I'm Adam. We're really glad you're here with us today. Let's jump straight into something that confuses a lot of English learners, but once you understand it, your English will immediately sound more natural. The difference between hear and listen.
Exactly. These two verbs both involve your ears, but they don't mean the same thing. In fact, using the wrong one can sometimes change the whole meaning of your sentence.
Let me start with a real-life example. Anna, did you hear that loud noise outside last night, around midnight?
Actually, no, I didn't hear anything. I was listening to a podcast with my headphones on.
And that right there perfectly shows today's topic. You said, I didn't hear anything, and I was listening to a podcast. Two different ideas, two different actions.
Right, so let's break it down very clearly. Hear is automatic. It happens when sound reaches your ears, whether you want it to or not. You don't choose it, your ears simply receive the sound.
Think of your ears like microphones that are always turned on. Even when you're not paying attention, you still hear things. The sound of traffic, someone closing a door, birds outside your window, or your neighbor's TV through the wall.
Exactly. You're not trying to notice those sounds. They just arrive. That's hearing.
Now let's compare that with listen. Listening is intentional. It means you decide to pay attention to a sound. You focus your mind on it.
For example, I'm listening to music, or listen to what I'm saying. In both cases, the person is choosing to focus. Listening requires attention, not just ears.
So here's an easy way to remember it. Hear is passive, listen is active.
I like to imagine it like this. Hearing is when the rain is falling outside and you suddenly notice the sound without trying. Listening is when you stop what you're doing, go to the window, and focus on the rhythm of the raindrops.
That's a great image. And here's something important. Usually, hearing happens first and then listening comes next. You hear a strange sound and then you decide to listen carefully to understand what it is.
Yes. For example, I heard a noise, so I listened carefully. First, the sound reached you, then you focused on it.
Let's look at another everyday situation. Music. This is one of the easiest ways to see the difference.
If I say, I listen to music every morning while I work, it means I choose to play music and pay attention to it. It's my activity.
But if you walk into a store and music is already playing, you might say, I hear music in the store. You didn't choose it. The sound is just there.
Another example is, I heard a great song on the radio yesterday. The song came to you unexpectedly.
But I listened to that album 3 times means you intentionally played it and paid attention.
Context really matters. At a concert, you say, I'm listening to the band. But if you walk past a cafe and someone inside is playing guitar, you might say, I can hear someone playing guitar.
There's also a helpful comparison that many learners love. Hear is to listen as see is to look.
That's right. You see things automatically, but you look at something on purpose. In the same way, you hear sounds automatically, but you listen when you choose to focus.
Once you understand that parallel, the difference becomes much easier to remember. Passive versus active, automatic versus intentional.
Now, here's a small but very useful grammar point. In English, we often say, can you hear me? Especially on phone calls or video calls. That question is about ability, whether the sound is reaching the other person.
But if you say, are you listening to me? That's a very different question. You're not asking about sound quality, you're asking about attention. And sometimes, let's be honest, that question sounds a little serious.
Very serious. Usually someone asks that when they feel ignored.
So remember, can you hear me is technical, are you listening to me is emotional.
And understanding that difference will help you sound much more natural in everyday conversations.
Up next, we're going to explore some very common expressions with hear and listen, including phrases like I hear you, hear from someone, and listen up, because these are expressions native speakers use all the time.
Stay with us. This is where things get really practical.
All right, let's move into some expressions that you'll hear all the time in real conversations. These are the phrases that really make your English sound natural.
Let's start with one that can be a little confusing. I hear you. This expression has two meanings.
The first meaning is literal. If we're on a phone call and the connection is bad, you might say, "Can you hear me?" And I answer, "Yes, I hear you." That simply means the sound is reaching my ears.
But there's a second, much more emotional meaning. When someone says, I hear you, it means I understand how you feel. It shows empathy.
For example, if I say, "Work has been really stressful lately. I feel overwhelmed," and you respond, "I hear you," you're not just talking about sound, you're acknowledging my feelings.
Exactly. It's like saying, your feelings make sense. I understand your experience. It's warm and supportive.
And notice, we don't usually say, "I'm listening to you" in that emotional way. "I'm listening to you" emphasizes attention, but "I hear you" emphasizes understanding.
That's such an important distinction. Listening is about focus. Hearing, in this expression, is about emotional connection.
Now let's talk about hear from someone. This is very common. It means to receive communication from someone.
For example, have you heard from Sarah lately? That means, has she called, texted, or emailed you?
Or, "I haven't heard from my brother in weeks." No message, no communication.
So remember, hear from equals receive communication.
Then we have hear about. This one means to learn news or information.
Did you hear about the new cafe downtown? That means, did someone tell you the news?
Or, "I heard about the accident." The information reached you, but maybe indirectly, through another person, social media, or the news.
So here's a simple way to organize it. Hear from means communication directly from a person. Hear about means information or news about something.
That little preposition makes a big difference.
Now let's look at a powerful phrase, hear me out.
I love this one. It means listen to my full explanation before you judge.
Imagine I say, I want to quit my job and move to another country. Hear me out. I'm asking you not to interrupt. I want you to give me space to explain everything.
It's actually a very emotional phrase. When someone says, "Hear me out," they're asking for patience and respect.
And if you say, okay, I'll hear you out, it means you're willing to listen completely before reacting.
There's another common one. "I've never heard of that."
That simply means something is completely new to you, zero information in your brain.
"Have you tried that new restaurant?" "I've never heard of it."
And a similar one is, I've heard good things about it. That means other people have told you positive information.
You haven't experienced it yourself, but the news reached you.
Now let's switch to some expressions with listen.
First, and this is extremely important for grammar, listen always needs to.
Always. Listen to music. Listen to me. Listen to the teacher.
Never say, "Listen music." That's incorrect.
Compare it with hear, which does not need to. I heard the music. I heard a noise.
So here's the golden rule. Hear plus object. Listen plus to plus object.
That rule alone will fix a very common mistake.
Now let's look at listen up. This means pay attention. This is important.
A teacher might say, listen up, everyone. A coach might say, listen up, team. It has authority and urgency.
Another useful one is listen in. That means to secretly hear a conversation.
For example, I wasn't trying to listen in, but I could hear them arguing through the wall.
Notice something interesting there. You might hear the voices automatically, but if you choose to focus on their conversation, then you're listening in.
That's such a perfect example of how these verbs interact. Hearing can happen without your permission. Listening is a choice.
And sometimes we don't make the best choice.
Very true, which brings us to a situation everyone knows. You can hear someone talking, but you're not listening.
Like when someone is speaking to you and you're scrolling on your phone. The sound reaches your ears, but your brain is somewhere else.
And then they say, are you listening to me? And suddenly you realize you are not.
That moment of panic when you have no idea what they just said.
We've all been there, and that shows something important. Listening is a skill, It requires effort.
Up next, we're going to explore more real-life situations, including practical examples you can use immediately, and we'll review everything clearly so it sticks in your memory.
Keep your ears open and your attention ready.
Let's now move into some real-life situations so you can really feel how hear and listen work in everyday English. The more you imagine these situations, the easier it becomes to use the verbs naturally.
Okay, first situation. You're walking through a quiet park and suddenly a bird starts singing loudly in a nearby tree.
In that moment, you might say, "Wow, did you hear that?" The sound came to you automatically. You didn't plan it.
But if you stop walking and focus carefully on the sound to identify the type of bird, you might say, "Wait, let me listen. I think it's a robin." Now you're choosing to pay attention.
Here's another one. Your friend recommends a new podcast.
The next day you say, "I listened to it last night. It was really interesting." You chose to play it and focus on it.
Now imagine you're on a phone call and the connection isn't very good. The other person is speaking, but the sound keeps cutting out.
You might say, "Sorry, I can't hear you. Can you speak louder?" That's about the physical ability to receive the sound.
But imagine a different situation. Someone is telling you an important story and you suddenly realize your mind was somewhere else.
Then you say, "Sorry, I wasn't listening. Can you say that again?" The sound reached your ears, but your attention wasn't there.
That's one of the most common real-life uses of these verbs. Hearing without listening happens to everyone.
Let's try another example. You're in a meeting and your manager says something surprising.
You might turn to a coworker and say, "Wait, did I hear that correctly? Did she say we're getting an extra day off?" Again, you're confirming the sound you received.
But as soon as something important is announced, suddenly everyone is listening very carefully.
Exactly. Every ear in the room shifts from hearing to listening.
Now, imagine you're at home and your roommate is talking on the phone in another room.
You could say, "I could hear her talking, but I wasn't really listening to the conversation." That shows both verbs in one sentence.
And if you were intentionally trying to follow the conversation, maybe because you were curious, you might say, "I accidentally listened in." That means you focused on a conversation that wasn't meant for you.
Let's pause for a moment and do something practical together. Wherever you are right now, take a second and notice. What sounds can you hear around you?
Maybe you can hear a fan, cars outside, people talking in the distance, or even the soft sound of your computer running.
You didn't choose those sounds. They were already there. That's hearing.
Now, pick one sound and focus on it for a moment. Pay attention to the details, the rhythm, the volume, the pattern.
That shift from noticing a sound to focusing on it is the move from hearing to listening.
And becoming aware of that difference helps you understand these verbs much faster than memorizing definitions alone.
Before we finish, let's do a quick vocabulary review to lock everything in.
First, hear, automatic sound. I heard thunder. I can hear the rain.
Second, listen, intentional attention. I'm listening to a podcast. Listen to this song.
Third, hear from someone, receive communication. Have you heard from Alex?
Fourth, hear about, learn news or information. I heard about the new project.
Fifth, hear someone out. Listen to their full explanation before judging. Just hear me out.
Sixth, listen to, always with to. Listen to the teacher. Listen to the music.
Seventh, listen up. Pay attention because something important is coming. Listen up, everyone.
Eighth, listen in. Secretly pay attention to a conversation. I didn't mean to listen in.
Ninth, I hear you. Understanding and empathy. I hear you. That sounds stressful.
And 10th, I've heard so much about you. A friendly phrase when meeting someone for the first time.
If you remember just one core idea from today, let it be this. Hearing happens to you. Listening is something you choose.
And becoming a better listener, not just in English, but in life, is one of the most valuable skills you can develop.
Thanks for spending this time with us on Tune in English.
Before you go, tell us in the comments, what are you listening to right now and what interesting thing did you hear about recently? Try using both verbs in your answer.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend who's learning English.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.